trying to handle Baron. Also, not the easiest transition into the mid-late game.
Yeah, so we'll see if it does work out, if Hanwha can get off to a good start again here, jumping into game number 2. Fans for Hanwha came out in game number 2, that's for sure. From the game 1 chant, I thought maybe it was going to be like yesterday, where it was 90% the telecom team and 10% the other team, but they did come in and prove me wrong and did better in that case. So now all eyes on this guy, holding the carrot stick. Fizz in the mid lane, going to be pretty good into BDD's Taliyah, who you will notice did pick up the exhaust to help get through this lane.
Well, looks like yet another safe opening from both of the teams. Nothing too exciting as we take a look at the runes for both parties. You'll notice the stopwatch taken by BDD that can actually be extremely clutch at trying to handle dives from the Fizz later on. Lava not going to get zoned out of any of the CS or experience. Playful Trickster has to come out. Definitely a big chunk to the mana pool. So this whole lane for BDD is about managing it in a way that he doesn't die to Fizz early on, nor is he susceptible to a Rek'Sai gank. Because if Fizz doesn't get kills, doesn't tend to do anything the later that the game ends up going on. It's just really lacking the damage. With all the nerfs that have come to runes and items over the years, Fizz also got hit several times. Did get buffed once, but then nerfed later. Not a happy camper if Fizz does not get a lot going, and so we'll have to see what bonO and Lava can end up doing for the mid lane.
And that's generally why we don't see too many of these kinds of picks, like the Fizz, the Zed, or the Talon, or something like that, because we've had it a bunch of times, even in recent moments here in the LCK, even in spring, even last year, where these players bring it out, maybe after a successful game 2 on a different assassin, and they say, hey, maybe if I can get off to a good start, you know, I'm feeling really good today, I can carry on this pick, but if you just neutralize it, and go into the mid-late game, it's like, well, why did we even go for this pick?
Yeah, and we'll have to see what they can end up doing for it. I want to point out that bonO's route is a little bit bizarre. He opts in for almost a full clear. Doesn't quite do it. Looks for a gank up in top lane. Not going to be able to find one. He will get the left-hand side Scuttle Crab, and all of his focus in this game wants to be for the Fizz and the Ryze. Varus and Kench, they can handle everything on their own. It's almost near impossible for Skarner to gank that early. And so bottom lane will actually be the ones who are on an island. And now he's going to transition into clearing, but what you'll end up noticing is that UmTi has the vastly superior clear in this game.
Nice try on the read there by SnowFlower, but it's going to look a little bit silly as it sails wide. Both of those junglers at least going to back at the same time, but you'll notice that Skarner with a bit better of a clear. Got the extra camp.
As interesting as this is, BDD has 3 Corrupting Potion stacks and the Biscuit as well, but he's losing in CS. I understand right now on the screen it's 26-23, but look at the size of the minion wave in front of Lava. He's losing lane quite hard, and we're not even at 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a change from game number 1, would it? Where Lava was able to win this lane pretty hard as well. But understandably, it seems like maybe he's playing overly safe. We haven't been looking at this lane the entire time. And Fizz can be very reliable about getting the CS, as he actually goes aggressive there. Gets that electrocute proc as well, but misses bunch of CS.
329 days since the last Fizz game by Kuro. And it was a loss, but this one's not looking like it might be a loss, as Lava is piloting the champion quite well here, at least in the early laning phase against BDD. And things are definitely going Hanwha Life's way. This early on, UmTi, I think he checked his damage chart at the end of last game, so he's trying to get a little bit more done. So far, not the most exciting early game. A little bit interesting that UmTi, though, he is slowing down his farming by trying to go for these early aggressive plays, but it will stunt his level 6.
SnowFlower here coming up, seeing if he can stop the stack. Actually, the Varus was all alone, but not interested in doing much other than poking him with his stick. That's about it, so nicely done there. Yeah, last time Fizz was played, long time ago. We had Kuro here still, ATU Cow on the Swain. Times have changed.
Something I want to point out about the Pyke thing is because of the interrupt, Varus has to TP back. He doesn't have the luxury to just walk all the way back and save the teleport for a more superior timing. So definitely good play by KT so far. Scuttle Crab gonna be surrendered on the right-hand side of the map, but there's only an open Drake as the first one that is spawned. Not the highest of priority for either team.
It'd be nice if they could pick it up early, but nobody really wants to go for that. Actually, pretty nice for the Taliyah and the Xayah. Sometimes have mana issues. But definitely not the top Drake of the day or anything like that. UmTi here going for the blue. See if he hands it off, or maybe he hits level 6 off of this one if he takes it himself. Gonna be spotted here. Ward goes down, trying to get the smite steal, but it will be smited away. And now level 6 is hit, and you can say goodbye to your life, bonO, as you were staying too long, and UmTi will pick up that first blood.
This is a really good momentum swing right now for KT. That's what they need right about now. So Skarner getting that first blood. He's gonna recall. Picks up the Bomby Cinder. We'll just take a look at this. You can see that bonO, he really wanted to steal away the blue, but just wasn't gonna happen. And so right now we'll see what they can do with this temporary swing. bonO is going to be farming his red buff. Doesn't have level 6 yet. Skarner is definitely ahead in the experience department.
He's feeling really good after that first kill. Made it easy for him, but here he comes on the counter gank now. The exhaust coming in. Playful Trickster going to be an easy dodge, but look at UmTi getting under the turret. Has to flash away after that one because the bottom lane, of course, was coming in too, and BDD didn't have much mana.
Now Hanwha Life, they're going to go back towards the bottom half of the map. Or I think they're going to turn their focus. Never mind. Thought they were going to start the Ocean Dragon watching the minimap, but instead they're going to hand off the blue to Fizz. We'll have to see what they can end up getting started at some point, though. Fizz without the ultimate, going to have to wait a little while. Extremely important for coordinating any gangster solo kills.
SnowFlower thinking about getting in here, but level 6 for Sangyoon. Going to make it hard. The Devour did just come out, but it looked like he was just threatening it after all. So no dice, and Vision now going to be placed down on the Ocean Drake, but looks like Hanwha Life is going to be here. 4 of them. SnowFlower misses the hook. This should be an easy take on the Ocean Drake. Cloud going to be up next. Not the role they were looking for.
Now this just means that everything should take a little bit of a breather. KT currently has the gold advantage in this game, which is really good for them at this point, but it doesn't mean that everything is going to go super smooth as we transition into the mid game. But Clown Drake will be spawning in 4.5 minutes. And so yet another non-priority Drake Not an Infernal, not a Mountain, which can definitely change the dynamics of a mid-late transition. And if you're looking at this as a Hanwha Life fan, you're probably wondering, well, Ryze isn't really accelerating, Fizz isn't accomplishing what Fizz was supposed to accomplish early. And the only real true success story has actually been in the bottom lane with Sangyoon and Key on the Varus and Tahm Kench. And so this is one of the issues when you try to fight fire with fire. We talked about how they could have assessed the draft state pre-second ban phase, and instead they chose to fight fire with fire, and now it's not working out the way that they needed it to.
Yeah, Taliyah surprisingly sturdy up against this kind of mid lane play. You go for the Merc Treads early, you pick up the exhaust, and you should just be able to sail through it. Even if you go down 10 CS, not the end of the world, so going to be doing well. It's nice to see Smeb get subbed in and win his lane in that manner. He's up about 15 CS at this point in time, as Chumping the Waters is not chumming much.
The big carry.
Yeah, well, didn't do anything, as now Lava is in a lot of trouble. Interesting flash from SnowFlower, but it should be enough damage to come out here eventually. Chilling Smite comes in. Lava on the run is going to be dumpstered here by UmTi, who puts him in his grave.
And the Fizz continues now to fall behind. This should mean that Rift Herald can actually be picked up by KT. We can see that UmTi pathing over to it right away. Sangyoon and Key, though, they're getting quite a bit of gold down here in the bottom lane. SnowFlower has finally arrived. Oh, and Smeb has a level advantage as well.
Yeah, he's really dominating the top lane.
About 10.4, and SoHwan's still level 9.
Not sure exactly how that happens, but I suppose he's just got the better of the lane. And now UmTi after that kill, no mid laner for Hanwha Life. Easy Rift Herald take. Can get that enhanced recall, move to a lane, and this might look a lot like game number 1, just in the opposite direction.
Yeah. We'll take another quick look at the replay. Lava was asking the Scorpion if it wanted a carrot. Scorpions don't eat carrots, right?
No, they don't.
He wasn't having any of that.
He never paid attention in school, that's the thing.
Yeah. Scorpion does like fish, though, apparently. That's what we are learning here.
Scorpion is coming back for seconds here.
Well,
had a lot to eat already.
I really like what they're doing, though. The way that KT, so to some people it might look bizarre, why is Skarner always waiting so far away from the Fizz? Isn't Skarner supposed to be the one that wants to run in, get the engage? No, they recognize Fizz's ultimate is up, and Fizz can almost always go for a solo kill if that ult's up, depending on what is Fizz's proximity to the enemy champion when Fizz throws the ult. And so they're trying to bait Lava into ulting BDD, and then just basically use it as a counter, or trying to convince Fizz to commit to something, and that's how they'll coordinate the game.
Yeah. Kind of looks like BDD missed the plate there. That's kind of unfortunate, especially right before plates go down. By the way, UmTi got the Rift Herald, but never used it before 14, so missing out on 323 gold here is going to look up towards the top lane instead.
He'll use it now to get a turret. That's the way these things tend to work. Oh god.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you might as well use it now, right?
Yeah. This is one of the slow things that is taking some teams quite a while. Is you can get the Rift Herald, convert it into 3 plates, and it's worth more than the value that you're going to get out of it just by having it kill a turret. The turret's bound to go down anyway. So just use it.
You're already ahead, right?
You're already ahead. You're going to get that turret regardless. You acknowledge as pro players that games can go in a way that allows you to get the turret without needing the extra damage from the Rift Herald or something. And there's almost no universe where the Herald does some magical thing where it helps you raise 2 to 3 turrets outside of something catastrophic happening inside of a game. And so
outside of solo queue.
Outside of solo queue, see? You understand.
Yeah.
You get it.
It happens a lot in solo queue. Top laner goes AFK after 5 minutes. It's not that hard.
Says mid open, he goes into the happy rush.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. I know I'm pulling on your emotions right now. You're probably no stranger.
Yeah, it does happen a lot. I feel like flat players in Korea are the most angry at it. I feel like it's kind of a grass is greener on the other side situation. I'm not sure though. I've only been in Diamond a couple of times. It's been a while. I don't know what it's like up there anymore.
Shepherd Farm remembers, Brendan. Don't worry about it.
I certainly don't. Oh boy.
It's alright. We're in this game. The gold lead, though, has been... Oh! Okay. There's that stopwatch.
SnowFlower coming on in, says no, and that's about it. So he trades the ultimate for the stopwatch. Not a bad trade for BDD, honestly.
And gold score at 1,000 apart. Not the end of the world for either team, and so a team fight can definitely still swing this game in either which direction. And speaking of things that could maybe spice it up, we got a Mountain Drake spawning in 4 minutes. That should be extremely high priority for both of the teams. Even more so because all of the turrets have actually lived.
Looking for lava here. We're not wasting any time. Flashing for that stun as UmTi's bringing him to safety. He is going to go down anyway, but now UmTi is going to go down to the Ryze. Still, that will be 2 kills to the side of KT, who will now begin to push onto the mid lane turret.
They actually miss out on a lot of gold because you don't allow Pyke to get the kill so we can share it. So definitely a big missed opportunity.
This is one where you got to see the replay.
Yeah, we really need to just take this all in. Now, Lava is running the wrong way, trying to go on to SnowFlower.
I didn't even notice that he just dragged it out of the edge.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Everyone was angry in that clip.
This is what you want out of UmTi on the Skarner. We saw it in game 1, and
he's dealing damage.
Doing it again.
Yep.
He's getting selfish, you know.
Zanya's Hourglass completed for BDD. Not really going to be a target for the Fizz anymore. And also lots of stopwatches on the side of KT as well. So Weaver's Wall.
Nice pick there on a Sangyoon too. He has to flash forward.
BDD?
But now BDD. A little bit close there, and now they're going to catch Bray on the backside. And this should be enough damage, as he didn't have his ultimate from before. And all of a sudden, KT getting way too frisky, throw a couple of kills away.
They're not just throwing a couple kills away, they're throwing away their jungle camps. They're going to lose the mid-tier 1 turret. Yeah. They're also going to lose vision control for the upcoming dragon, and they're going to lose the Scuttle Crab. This is a really, really big swing for Hanwha Life that just came out of nowhere, and this is what I was talking about. We're one team fight away from the game getting turned on its head. Let's take a look at KT. Weaver's Wall comes out. They almost get the kill onto Prey. BDD decided it was important beyond belief to get the extra 200 damage onto Key's thick skin there. As Lava then said, Prey, you need to go to the fountain.
He got licked there, BDD, so he didn't have much movement speed. He's like, uh-oh. Never quite felt like this before as he goes down under the turret. So, as you mentioned, that's just not a good play. Overall, they are going to give away a lot here, and you can see that Hanwha Life are going to get ahead now, actually, in the gold. And they get a kill even on the Fizz. Everything that was not going very well in the early game, some of it can kind of be looked over now after that play.
Look at the Quicksilver Sashes out on the side of Hanwha Life. They have 3 of them already. That was a really interesting, that was a nice chum in the water, trying to push the wave out so that KT can't get the turret. I do believe that the ult will be up by the time Mountain Drake spawns, so it's not the end of the world to not have it.
It's pretty low cooldown for the Fizz. So it ends up being not bad.
It's a hungry rabbit when you use that skin.
As They are going to get the turret anyway. BDD is going to push in the next wave. Okay. Hanwha Life here at 20 minutes say, you guys don't have vision, and then they say, well, actually, that would be unfair.
They were definitely looking to get a little bit frisky with that kind of a Baron sneak. Instead, I think that they're just going to have to settle. And you take a look at this, SoHwan's going to have first move to the Dragon, which means that Aatrox, he's not going to be there by the time the fight for vision starts. Aatrox, where are you? Ryze is already here. He has his ultimate available. Yeah. So he can just reposition in.
It's level 13.
Yeah, now KT, they're in position first. Aatrox is going to potentially have a natural flame. Oh, man.
See how this does go down here at UmTi. On the Skarner, too, hanging around in the pit here.
Oh, Taliyah. Oh, Taliyah Aatrox.
Oh, trying to get in there. Everybody is going to be zoned out. Can they burst it down, though? bonO goes in. A lot of damage on the Sangyoon at the same time, and now Key is going to get hooked over with the flash forward, and they're going to catch UmTi. But here's Smeb.
One kill.
Trying to force it into the front line. Can he get it here?
Aatrox
There's the one. Here we go. That's going to be 2 and the Mountain Drake, and let's make it 3, says Smeb. Looking for that one, but now Lava trying to make things interesting on the backside. Smeb's gonna run out of the blood well, and now SoHwan trying to make it interesting here. SnowFlower taking huge damage, and SoHwan is gonna flash to safety. Nice play on the backside.
That was really big by SoHwan. I almost thought he was surely going to die to Smeb, who had such a strong world ender during that team fight. We'll take a look at it again. Weaver's wall comes out, and it looks surely like KT will just get the mountain, and that should be it. But UmTi, you know what they say about Humpty Dumpty? Fell off a wall, so Weaver's wall ended up going down right there. Smeb went in to the stopwatch, waiting to just get the kill for the Aatrox passive. And then right here, he misses on the initial Q, ends up missing the whole combo. This gave SoHwan the time necessary for Lava to bail him out right there. He lived with just a sliver of HP. And so even though KT get the Mountain Drake, that's not the type of fight that should have ended up transpiring, especially not after Aatrox had such a good position. And so we're still in this game. It's not totally out of the woods yet for KT.
Definitely a nice game going back and forth here. Lots of good action as well. You look at the side of Hanwha Life at some of their items. They have 3 QSSs already. Lava has a way to get out of it. Obviously, Tahm can't for it. The Varus can help him out. So they're trying to reduce the amount of effect that the Skarner is going to have in this game with that potential pick power. Move in as a group to clear out some vision towards the Baron. Really liking the way that they're playing this big game. Hanwha Life once again, and now Tahm the Waters here onto UmTi, but the wall coming through, but the knockup here is enough, and they are going to get it, and now look at Prey in the back line. Lava trying to get onto him, but here's Smeb on that Aatrox again, but he can't get the kill, and he will be denied, and Lava is going to get the big assassination there onto the 80 carry. KT Rolster, I don't know what to say. Looks like it's going to be 5 for none here as Hanwha Life are going to sweep the floor with them.
And that's going to be Baron off of a clean ace. So we can expect a several thousand gold swing now off of this Baron. And Hanwha Life, all of a sudden, they're very far in the driver's seat. So I don't know how KT is now going to plan to recover. It's going to be a massive Baron power play, I'm expecting. We see how it all started. UmTi in the river, looking for vision that I don't totally know why, because Hanwha Life can't just arbitrarily start the Baron, and then Smeb unable to get any reset for his World Ender. As the rest of KT, they're all separated.
Yeah, it's the perfect fight for a Fizz, where you leave your Xayah alone. Everybody else is coming in from behind. Fizz just hunts her down. You have your Skarner sitting on a ward, dies immediately. Got him. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Someone was screaming that in the background. That guy's got his head on straight, although Lava was making some interesting dolphin noises. But, I mean, Lava's having a great game again. This guy, he started off, had a rough early game against the Taliyah, kind of got shut down and killed even. And now he's coming back, and he's had some great plays here in these team fights.
And, I mean, KT's abysmal read on the situation and just positioning leading up to that ended up with Hanwha now getting such a massive swing off this Baron. The one saving grace if you're a KT fan right now is that another Clown Drake is spawning. So it's not the worst.
Oh, yeah.
UmTi, he's hungry. He wants to fish. I don't know why he didn't play full Trickster over the wall.
Decides this time he's going to give himself up. As
Whoa!
Is he going to kill UmTi here? It doesn't look like it. But trying to make things interesting there towards the end. Lava. Definitely an interesting decision, at least.
That was very surprising. I don't know if we'll get a replay of that, but I'm pretty sure he could have played full Trickster.
Pretty sure he can.
Over the wall.
Not a Fizz player myself, but I feel like I've seen that many
times.
Oh
yeah, that spot can be Trickster. And so, Hanwha Life, they will capture this dragon. Look at the observer. They already put it on the screen. Before it even... They're leaking the script.
Oh, man.
All right, Mountain Drake will be up next. And so that's going to be the end, it looks, of this Baron play. But I think that it did its job. It did more than its job. Got them a lot of gold. And they're definitely in the driver's seat right now.
They absolutely are. I mean, we were saying that game number 2 was going to look like game number 1, you know. A bunch of early kills. And we got the Rift Herald early for the side of KT. They didn't use it to the best of its ability, and then things began to slowly fall apart. As the team fights have just not really been fought as a 5 here. We are going to have Team SnowFlower trying to go for that pick attempt once again, but it is well read here by Hanwha Life.
They don't have Ryze with them. He does have teleport available, but this isn't a position where you want to expend it. And right now, you also look at the top lane state. Quite good. And Ryze trying to push in mid. He has his ultimate available. Still, though, have to be a little bit careful. Skarner is very quick. He does have the QSS. bonO can end up finding him out.
That's a really awkward spot for bonO, as he's going to get stunned. He does QSS and even flashes away. Okay, he's going to get away, but did have to flash and QSS to get out of that one.
All right, well, if you're Hanwha Life, you just recognize, hey, we actually don't have a good sieging team composition, and there's not really much effectiveness to be gained out of trying to do a 1-3-1 because the tier 2 turrets, they're really not that valuable right now, and so wait for the next Baron, and with that, look to make a pick, control the vision around the river, snipe someone on KT with the Fizz, and then close out the game from there. And if you're a KT fan, well, normally you would be saying to yourself, yeah, this is actually what we need, but it would require SnowFlower to hit his ultimate.
It's like, what are you doing? We haven't won yet. Take control of your mental, is what he's saying. So Sangyoon, he's he's a little bit angry at some of his teammates that are getting caught out here. We've seen it even yesterday where players were just kind of walking on in and just dying.
Yeah.
And once again, you got to be careful. As he said, it's not over yet. And even one pick can make the difference.
Wow, 2 level gap. Well, never mind. Level gap. Almost 1.5.
Yeah.
Between the top laners. And the items now, Death Cap completed for Lava. So everyone's going to pop. That is
pretty much anyone.
Yeah, that's what's going to be happening here. Taliyah is also going for Death Cap. That'll help out with the wave clear. But definitely a surprising itemization choice considering there was so much tension built up around the mid into late transition. And with magic resist being very absent on the side of the primary carries on Hanwha Life, a little bit surprised not to just see an Oblivion Orb or some sort of penetration picked up for the immediate power, but nonetheless, it will come down to this Baron and the dance that will follow.
He goes back and buys a couple more control wards here. It's going to be very important just to do that, to make sure they have as much vision around the Baron as possible. Try to deny this one. Fizz actually a surprising amount of pick potential alongside of Ryze and Varus, like we saw the last time, especially if UmTi is going to stand on a ward. So if you could deny a bunch of vision and then get that pick, that would be very fantastic. But first Blue Trinket is going to come out and spot them doing it. Hanwha Life don't have that Mountain Drake, actually, that is going to spawn in 30 seconds. We'll see if they make any moves towards that.
Posturing for control. SnowFlower ends up taking a little bit of damage right there. Weaver's
wanted to check, I guess, but Chain of Corruption comes out here on a Prey, trying to force his ultimate. Does not go for it, actually. Prey with the poise, saying, if you really want to fight me, come at me, bro.
KT.
Oh boy, who's gonna check?
No.
Not like this! As From the Waters comes out, but UmTi's got a Snowplate. So he's gonna be just fine after that one, and now one of those ultimates is going to be down. They may wanna wait for that one once again, because it is a pretty low one, but now Sangyoon has to flash away. As Key and Sangyoon not tethered as they would like to be.
You may not like it, Brendan, but what we are witnessing right here was birth in North America. This is the NARAM.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Take it all in, absorb it, lean back.
Top level League of Legends right here, guys. It's as good as it gets.
Oh, this is it. Oh, yeah. Keep it going.
Just soak it in. Just let it wash over you.
Get back to the mid lane. I don't know. These rivers and
bonO.
things. Alright, here we go. We're getting back. We're getting back to the action. Here we go.
He had to buy some items. Okay. Another hook here on a bonO, but SnowFlower actually takes a nice amount of damage. That's what I wanted to say. I feel like my brain's kind of slowing down as we go along, you know?
We're going to go to round 2 in a second. Just give it a bit. They've been watching MSI.
Yeah.
All right.
We need some more items here. Stopwatch picked up. Maybe Zonya's next for Lava?
The thing for Lava, yeah, his damage is essentially at its peak at this point. He's going to overkill most targets now at this point that he's going for anyway. And so there's really not much for him to gain outside of utility. And the Zonya's Hourglass on Fizz is really annoying.
Yeah.
If you ever tried to kill a 40% CDR with Zonya's Hourglass Fizz,
it feels real bad.
It's very fun. That is my definition of fun. I tend to like champions that allow the opponent to have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Tahm, Kench, Soraka, Malzahar, Karthus.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Hit a couple of Qs, press R. Feeling pretty good about yourself.
All right.
Mountain Drake is good. SoHwan picks it up himself. KT do have control of the river up by the Baron right now.
There we go.
Back to the mid lane.
Get the popcorn. We'll say Korea doesn't apply. Come on.
They've changed for the better. They're trying to become like NA, you know?
Yeah.
They want to know what it's like to make MSI finals.
That's right. Oh, man.
Well, we saw the SoHwan now. We haven't mentioned him too much, but he's becoming that Ryze turret we all know and love.
Yep. And look at Tahm. What do you think he's making in that pot? Saw that? I think he's really mad.
Why is he glowing green?
I don't know. Maybe he's shiny. Speaking of shiny. Speaking of shiny, see, I told you I put this in somehow.
I was waiting for this. I was wondering.
Pokemon Sword and Shield has a set release date. Ooh. I am so excited.
When is that?
November 15th.
Oh, okay.
I'm very excited.
It's a couple of months after your birthday.
I have not, but it's actually my sister's birthday.
Oh, there you go.
15th. Yeah. I'm not getting her that.
We're looking for lava here, and there's only so much you can do as 5 of KT are going to move in and pick him off, but SoHwan doesn't care. He says, okay, I'm going to take an inhibitor, and we still got bonO here. He's going to be looking for this one, but Smeb, he's trying to come in, but he's a little bit too slow, and the immediate exhaust means that Rek'Sai, but can they stop the backs here? What can Ryze do? And we have this team fight now. Sangyoon is moving forward. He is going to get devoured here and just try to take as much time as possible, but Aatrox is going to get back and stop the push. And it looks like KT were able to take out the rest of the members that are not SoHwan. So they get the Baron and only lose the inhibitor and the Nexus turret.
Yeah, and they don't have a minion wave available in mid. They don't have any minion wave. And this is one of the unfortunate situations. They got the Baron, but a lot of time is going to be lost on it. And so mostly what this Baron did is it lessened the gold gap. We see Lava here. He's running for his life. He threw the Chum the Waters, but we already talked about earlier, Scorpions aren't into carrots. So UmTi was having none of that. He ended up going down. And I like what Hanwha are trying to do now. Beautiful decision by Smeb. He's trying to hunt down the Rek'Sai, but his teammates were able to burst down the Baron in time. It wasn't going to be a 50-50 smite. World Ender ends up resitting, and then at that point, it's crisis control for Hanwha Life as they're just trying to stop all the back so that Ryze can do as much damage as possible until Aatrox re-arrived at the base and forced them out. But we still got a game on our hands. This will probably come down to Elder, which means that we have one more key dance over a major neutral, and whoever wins that will probably win the game.
You can see that KT is trying to push in bot lane and also funnel in mid, but they don't get the Baron buff there on the mid lane. Waiting for the next one, they got to send the Skarner back to pull in this wave and then try to go for the 4-1 with Smeb down in the bottom side up against the super minions. And they might be able to get a couple of these inner turrets, but it's just a bit of gold. Hanwha Life is still ahead in the gold category at least, but let's see, now the Chum the Water is going to come out here on a prey, trying to do as much as they can after the Chain of Corruptions, but they do force that ultimate from the Xayah. Couple of turrets go down. KT looking for more. They still have 1:10 on this Baron. And SoHwan just doesn't want to play League of Legends against other real people. He just wants to kill the turrets.
He's just going into split push Ryze. And this is mainly just because Hanwha, they don't want to take a team fight right away. They know that they just have to wait for the Elder. There's no point coin flipping prior to that. And so now it's going to come down to this. Both teams do have a mountain. So a little bit of damage amplification. UmTi, oh man.
Oh, we're looking for him now. Everybody's getting in there. The flash forward, but they can't get any roots down. At least any that are going to last long enough to keep him in place. Chain of Corruptions is barely not off cooldown. And look at the damage they have on the Elder already.
Yeah.
Trying to burst it down. The wall is going to come in. It's going to get real low. And we're doing a dance now. We're doing a dance. Yeah. Elder Dragon 7, none of that.
Oh, who got the crap? Oh, Hanwha Life got it. That's actually really big.
That's nice.
It's a lot of bonus MS. I like what Smeb's doing. He's trying to fork them right now. Be real careful with that one.
What did he say?
He's trying to apply pressure to the middle lane and the dragon simultaneously so that he's granting his team more options.
This is getting really feisty now in this game. It's getting close. You can see Lava thinking about the split push. Maybe he can find Smeb. He's just going to go for the push. Big wave down there with 2 super minions, so it's going to be hard for Smeb to clear that one out. You can see how long it's taking him. Hanwha Life want to turn onto this one if possible.
You ever watch that Disney movie where the dog has to choose its owner? at the
No,
end?
I don't.
It's like Buddy or something.
No, I never saw that
Looking
one.
like it right now, the dragon.
Smeb coming in here. They're going to try to burst it down, and it goes over to the side of KT. UmTi finally going to show up here for his team. Snipes that objective.
They end up getting it, and that's really, really clutch, as that's going to last quite a while. It's going to allow them to maintain map control and then also salvage all the lane states. If they can take a team fight while the Elder's active, that would definitely be a dream scenario for them. This is only the first Elder. And Ryze, he's hanging out. He's waiting. He wants to get the inhibitor.
The program in his brain doesn't start until the minion wave starts pushing. You gotta wait for him to boot up.
Alright, well. Baron respawning. 40 seconds now.
Yeah, they're gonna have Elder when this Baron spawns, so they can absolutely force a fight. Or at least try to turn onto the Baron here. It's going to be interesting to see how Hanwha Life deal with this. We all know what SoHwan's strategy is. He's made that very clear. But how about the rest of them?
At this point.
Oh, we're looking for Smeb here. This avoidance coming in. There's not many people to kill now. And it's going to be up to KT to go for the Baron, but it hasn't spawned yet. It spawns now. They are going to get Smeb here. TP on SoHwan available, but they're just not even going to go for it here. Will bonO go for the steal is the only question. Xayah's going to get it on the backside with the feathers. So they get the kill on a Smeb, but they trade the Baron after 40 minutes. Not sure about that one.
Yeah, well, the Elder Dragon is all but gone, and so yes, KT gets the Baron, but they still have to deal with a lot of problems.
That is true.
Another key thing about this is Aatrox lost his Guardian Angel.
Yeah.
And so he's essentially down an item for the next major decisive team fight, and is KT actually going to manage to get something done? Hanwha Life, they keep trying to play smoke and mirrors with the Ryze and the split push. Oh, man.
Oh, this is...
Oh, this is truly the NA special.
They've learned well. They've been studying.
Well, they didn't get this from Team Liquid. This is the TSM.
Oh, yeah.
You wait in the brushes for the opponents to walk in. That's it.
You could never predict that, right? That they would ever be in the brush.
Oh.
You can't see them when they're in the brush.
Oh.
Okay, we're
they know
going
about
for
this
it.
one, though.
Okay, they are spotted. They don't know where that ward is. They're going to try to scan it out, but it's not going to happen. The push coming in now into the mid lane. Go. It's really only Sangyoon here for now. The rest of his team finally joining up, but you can see that nice pick there onto Key, but he is going to flash away from that one and cleanse, actually, trying to survive.
They will get the top tier 2. That is something that both teams should pick up. Or, well, this team, 777 down for KT. Minute and a half remaining on the Baron. If they end up only losing one inhibitor, it's not the end of the world, because whoever wins the Elder fight will win the game off of it. And so it would probably be a little bit misleading to viewers who think that, okay, you got the inhibitor, you win. No, getting the turret to the inhibitor essentially does the same thing, as long as there's a minion wave in close proximity. A cannon minion or a super minion essentially will act as the same thing at this game timer.
Minute left here on the Baron, trying to make the most of it. They're trying to get in here, and one more poke from the Taliyah will be able to do it.
I got another turret. Turret isn't the issue. If they can get double inhibitor, that is a little bit different. Oh, Devour. Now, gonna be on cooldown. Maybe they try to go now.
That's a long cooldown, but now Smeb, there's no one for him to kill, and he doesn't have that Guardian Angel. It's so close, but he is going to barely survive. Doesn't get closer than that, really. As Hanwha Life with that near pick are going to end the push at least.
And that's actually a really close, call for KT. Smeb does have teleport available, so he would have been able to get to the Elder, but regardless, all the pressure is gone. Yes, they got the turret, and that's actually essentially the same thing, like I just said. You don't need to actually get the inhibitor at this game timer, and with the Elder coming up, because a cannon will do the same thing that a super minion would be able to do in most cases. 80,000 gold threshold has been crossed by both of these teams.
It's a long game in the LCK. That's one thing that remains true.
G2 would have won 3 times by now. Let's just speak some facts here. Uh-oh.
Okay. How is Hanwha going to tackle this? Because currently all position held right now by KT. Change of Corruption are going to come down, forcing that ultimate from Prey. An awkward Weaver's Wall also going to come through. Lots of ultimates just thrown out there, and now KT kind of forced to move to the mid lane.
Yeah.
And they're losing position now on this Elder.
Oh, yeah, okay. And that's going to be the Spire also taken back. And so now Hanwha Life, they're in the driver's seat for this position.
Oh, they're going to try to burst it down here.
Prey recall.
TP coming in, but might be a little bit late here.
This is going to be a 50-50.
It's going to come down to UmTi in the smite fight. It's going to go the side of Hanwha Live. And KT immediately are just going to back away, and now the pings are coming to go down mid. Try to stop the backs here, but Abyssal Voyage already from Key and Sangyoon to make it back.
And they're going to save the top inhibitor. 50 seconds until the Baron. You have to assume that Hanwha Life are going to be the ones that get it now with the Elder. Smeb will have his Guardian Angel back up for this fight. I'm actually really impressed. BDD is not at full item yet, neither is Lava. We are at almost 48 minutes.
That is hard to do by this time.
QSS even on Fizz now.
Yeah. I think he sold the blasting one he had.
Yeah.
And bought the QSS. So, doesn't want to be picked like he was earlier on in this game.
SoHwan moving back. Aatrox now. Down in bottom Baron. 5 seconds. This is really scary. This is do or die for KT.
Both Smeb and SoHwan have their TPs available, so Smeb is going to stay and catch the waves in the bottom lane. See, not too many or any really great TP wards for the Ryze, though, to get behind that squad. That's okay. KT moving in now. Thinking about actually just going for it here. They're going to throw down a Weaver's Wall. It actually will be a lot of time until it comes up, but Lava now making it over, and it's not enough time. It looks like they're going to have to back away from this one. Meanwhile, we have to push in. UmTi's staying on this one. Wants to go onto this big knock up there onto bonO, trying to interrupt it, but it's going to come down to a 50-50 again, and it goes the way of UmTi. So what can KT do from this position? They lose their Taliyah, and Prey is going to go down to his Guardian Angel. He will go down as well, and take a look at the fight in the picture-in-picture. That's going the way of Ryze, too. You can see that Pyke had to go back, but a big win here to the side of Hanwha Life.
The death timers are so big. And KT, UmTi, he really wants to recall, and it's on bonO not to let him. Sangyoon, he has teleport.
Yeah. Coming in now, and the TP will go in. SnowFlower. He just wants to look good before he goes down. Not much that he can do. Smeb is going to go down here as well. And it looks like Sangyoon and the boys have done it once again. They're not going to need the Baron this time to take a 2-0 victory over the KT Rolster squad.
And that was